All right, so let's take a look at 11.2 where we are going to focus on negative and Pythagorean identities. So what you'll see on the top of the screen is we have some identities for negative, meaning the sign of negative x is the same as the negative sign of x. The cosecant of negative x is the same as the negative cosecant of x. Notice the green ones that the cosine of negative x is the same as just the cosine of x, and for the secant of negative x is the same as secant of x. And then for tangent and cotangent, they're very much like the red ones where the negative can go on the outside. So we're going to use that knowledge to reduce to a single trig expression. So in the first one, we have the sine of negative x equals the cosine of negative x. Well, how can we rewrite this? We know the sine of negative x is the same as negative sine x over, well, how can we rewrite cosine negative x? Well, that's just cosine x. Okay, let's remember another identity. We should know that the tangent of x equals the sine of x over the cosine of x. So we can rewrite this as negative tan x. That would be the answer to example number 1. All right, let's take a look at example number 2, which we will do in orange. So we have tan of negative alpha times the cosecant of negative alpha, which we can rewrite as, let's see, the tangent of negative alpha is the same as the negative tangent of alpha. All right, and that's going to be times the cosecant of negative alpha. Let's see, the cosecant is the same thing as the negative cosecant of alpha. Well, we know a negative times a negative is a positive, so we can rewrite it as a positive. And we know that tangent is going to be sine of alpha over the cosine of alpha times, well, what do we know about cosecant? We should know that cosecant is 1 over sine, so times 1 over sine. All right, we're getting there. Now we see the sines will cancel each other out, leaving us with 1 over cosine, which we should remember, and I made a mistake, that should not be an x there. That should have been an alpha. So we have 1 over cosine alpha, which we know equals what? That should equal the secant of alpha.